Welcome to Girls High School Varsity Softball. Today, my name is Paul Learned. Today we have Lake of the Woods visiting Pine River-Backus in a conference matchup. We are actually starting just a little bit early today, and first pitch has already been delivered. And we're at ball one and strike one to our first batter. Our leadoff batter for Lake of the Woods is Ella Johnson, wearing number 7. Playing first base today. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Pitching for Pine River today is Abby Gilbert, wearing number 1, with the windup and the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. 2-2. The 1-2 remains the count to Shannon Rogan. That is not Shannon Rogan, that is Ella Johnson, as stated earlier. A pop-up straight back, foul ball out of play. Count remains 1-2 to Ella Johnson. And the pitch, low, ball 2, 2-2. Pine River comes into the game today with a 5-7 overall record and a 1-1 conference record. And Gilbert with the pitch. Strike 3, struck her out looking. 1 down. 1 down for Lake of the Woods. And that brings up Greta Block, the starting pitcher for Lake of the Woods. And the pitch is low in the dirt, ball 1 to Greta Block. The windup and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. 1-1 the count. And the windup and the pitch by Abby Gilbert is high over the catcher's head all the way to the backstop. That's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. Beautiful day here in Pine River for softball, rather. Mid-70s, sunny. Got a little bit of wind coming from left field in. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 2-2 the count to Greta Block. And the windup and the pitch by Gilbert, showing bunt, and it's bunted in the air right back to the pitcher for an out. 2 outs on the inning for Lake of the Woods. That brings up our center fielder, Cheyenne Johnson, for Lake of the Woods. Cheyenne Johnson wearing number 10 today, batting right-handed. And Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. In there, strike 1. 0-1 the count. And the pitch, high, swung on, strike 2, 0-2. Nobody on for Lake of the Woods. 2 outs, and the pitch. Swung on, struck, swing and a miss, strikeout for Abby Gilbert, and that retires Lake of the Woods. No hits, 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts. We'll be back after these messages on yourliveevent.com.
Capture and hydrogen power. By By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. Lake of the Woods hosting, Pine River-Backus hosting Lake of the Woods today. And Lake of the Woods is up to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning. Leah Eveland is up to bat. She is our center fielder wearing number 3. Right now there's a 1-0 count. That pitch is swung on and popped up to the shortstop, who makes the catch and retires the batter, 1 out. A fly out for Leah Evelyn. That brings up Kaylee Johnson, our second baseman today. And the pitch is high, ball 1. Pitching for Lake of the Woods today is number 8, Greta Block. Donning the sunglasses as it is a bit bright out here today. Here's the windup and the pitch. Looks at it, strike. Counts 1-1. Due up after Kaylee is our catcher, Caitlin Riley for Lake of the Woods. That pitch is low, ball 2, 2-1. And the pitch is looked at for strike 2-2 to Kaylee Johnson. And pitch hit her on the back. She's going to take first base. She ducked out of the way, but it just caught her on the shoulder and bounced to the backstop. First base runner for Lake of the Woods. Up now is Caitlin Riley, wearing number 10. On deck is Ariana Burns. And the windup and the pitch by Greta Block is looked at for the strike, a stolen base attempt, and she is out at second base. The throw from the catcher was in time to catch the runner, and she's tagged out and retired. That's 1 out for Lake of the Woods. Count is 0-1 to Caitlin Riley. Greta Block looking in for the sign and winds up and delivers. Swung on, popped up, out foul ball, but caught by the first baseman to retire the side. That's 3 down for Lake of the Woods on no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left. We'll be back after these messages on YourLiveEvent.com.
PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, the number 1, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. Pine River-Backus hosting Lake of the Woods today. First pitch here in the top of the second inning is a strike to Kendall Bowman, the shortstop for Lake of the Woods. Abby Gilbert pitching for Pine River-Backus. Delivers in. That ball is hit, foul ball, and drops just out of the reach of the shortstop. Kendall Bowman will have to retreat back to first base with an 0-2 count. Zero the score so far here after one inning. Top of the second, no outs. And the 0-2 delivery by Gilbert is swung on and just tipped foul straight back to the fence. Count remains 0-2. That wind's picking up just a little bit here. It's blowing in from the outfield. And wind up by Gilbert. Swung on, hit to right field in the air, right fielder under it, pops out of her glove, falls to the ground, and she's going to get in to second base there with a hit and a drop ball for an advancement of one base. So Kendall Bowman reaches. No outs here in the top of the second inning. Abby Olson, the catcher, up to bat. Abby Olson's wearing number 1. And the pitch by Gilbert is up high, ball 1. Abby with the knee-high socks and the knee-length pants. Yellow socks, black pants. Takes the pitch and fouls it straight back for a 1-1 count. And the pitch by Abby Gilbert is a little bit high and outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Abby Gilbert comes into the game today with a 4-5 record. She's pitched 52 in the third innings. And that pitch is in there for a strike, 2-2. With Bowman at second. Nobody down here in the top of the second inning. Pitch by Gilbert is swung on right past the batter. Strikeout, out number 1. For Lake of the Woods. So Abby Olson goes down swinging. That brings up Emma Broberg, wearing number 5, our third baseman today. Swung on, grounded between the first and second base to the outfield, and that's going to score Kendall Bowman. Emma Broberg reached first, and she's going to go to second on the throw to home that got past the catcher. So that scores a run for Lake of the Woods, and puts Emma Broberg on second base with an RBI. Scores 1-0. Lake of the Woods. Still just one out here in the top of the second inning. And the windup in the pitch by Gilbert is swung on and missed by number 2, Caitlin Schorfingkamp. She's our right fielder today, wearing number 2. 0-1 count to Caitlin. And the windup and the pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Caitlin. 0-2 count. And the pitch by Gilbert is just high, maybe a little outside. Ball 1, 1-2. Emma Broberg has advanced to third base, no throw. Caitlin looking for the pitch and swung on and missed. Strikeouts. Number 2, out number 2 for Lake of the Woods. Emma Broberg remains at third base. Emma Olson, number 12, our second baseman, is up to bat. And the pitch by Gilbert is swung on and missed by Emma. 0-1. Emma Broberg at third base. Emma Olson looking for the pitch from Gilbert, and it's delivered low. Ball 1. 1-1. Sophie Block is on deck if she gets a chance. Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Strike right down the middle of the plate. 1-2. Two outs here in the top half of the second inning for Lake of the Woods. And the pitch by Gilbert. Swung on, missed. Foul tip. Just got a piece of it. Count remains 1-2. Abby Gilbert with the 4.41 ERA on the season delivers. Swung on and missed. That's a strikeout. Out number 3 for Lake of the Woods. They do score 1. Had a couple of actually 3 strikeouts there. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left. After 1.5, it's 1-0 Lake of the Woods over Pine River-Backus. We'll be back after these messages on yourliveevent.com.
Gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Welcome back to Girls High School Varsity Softball on yourliveevent.com. We're in the middle of the second inning. Pine River-Backus up to bat. Due up, Ariana Burns, Sawyer Tulinchik, and Aaliyah Lewis. First pitch is taken for ball 1, 1-0 count to Ariana Burns. And the pitch swung on, hit deep to left field, but out of play. Foul ball. 1-1. Ariana Burns hitting .562 for the season. Pitch is behind her. It's going to be ball 2. 2-1's the count. Ariana Burns, like I said, 562 batting average. I'm sorry. Yeah, 562. 812 slugging percentage. And the windup and the pitch by Greta Block is high and outside. Ball 3. Counts 3-1 to Ariana Burns. Nobody on here in the bottom half of the second inning for Pine River-Backus. The pitch is in there for a strike, running the count full 3-2. And pitch is swung on and missed, struck her out, swinging. That's the first out here in the second inning for Pine River-Backus. Sawyer Tulinchik up to bat, number 5. Swings at the first pitch, and it's a strike. Sawyer Tulinchik batting .306 on the year. Pitch number 2 on its way, a little bit high, 1-1. Sawyer has played in all 12 games this year, 36 at-bats, 11 hits. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Greta Block looking in, gets set and delivers. Swung on a little line drive there between shortstop and third base to the outfield. She's going to reach first base. Ball gets past first base and she's just going to hold up right there. Solid single for Sawyer. Bringing up Aaliyah Lewis, our first baseman for Pine River-Backus. Aaliyah's wearing number 24. Takes pitch. That's a strike. 0-1. And the pitch there is popped up behind, well, sort of to the right of the catcher. Foul ball lands harmlessly. 0-2's the count. Aaliyah digging in and is ready for the pitch. Greta Block is looking in and begins her windup. And the pitch swung on off the catcher's mask. Foul tip. Count remains 0-2. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. Pine River-Backus up to bat. Aaliyah swings and misses. Strikeout for Aaliyah Lewis. That brings up Abby Gilbert. Abby Gilbert, our pitcher here for Pine River-Backus, wearing number 1. And the pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Abby Gilbert batting .136 on the season. Played in 9 games, 22 at-bats. Pops this one up to the second baseman, and that is caught to retire the side. 3 down here in the second inning to end the second inning. No scores. Score remains 1-0. Lake of the Woods on top of Pine River-Backus here after 2. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com after these messages.
LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrump Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrump Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River and all the surrounding communities. Shrump Excavating LLC. Online at shrumpexcavating.com.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agent.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on YourLobbyEvent.com. We're on the top of the third inning here, Lake of the Woods up to bat. And the first pitch by Abby Gilbert is a ball high and outside, 0-1. Up for Lake of the Woods is the number 9 hitter, Sophie Block, wearing number 6, playing left field. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 1-1 rather. Here in the top half of the third inning. And the windup by Gilbert. Pitch swung on. 1-1 or 1-2. The count now to Sophie Block. Due up after Sophie is Ella Johnson. And the pitch by Gilbert is low in the dirt. 2-2. The count now to Sophie. Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Swung on. Strikeout for Sophie Block. She goes down swinging. That brings us to the top of the order with our left fielder, Ella Johnson, coming up. Our first base player rather than left field. She's playing first base today. And the pitch by Gilbert is swung on. And right behind me, foul ball, strike one. Thought I might have had a chance at that one, just out of my reach. 0-1 to Ella Johnson. And the pitch by Gilbert is swung on. Line drive out to right field, drops in front of the right fielder. She's going to be in for a base hit. Reaches first safely. And that brings up Greta Block, pitcher for Lake of the Woods. And first pitch for Greta is strike, and Sophie's gonna, or Ella rather, is gonna take second base on a steal. The throw was plenty behind the runner. And Greta with an 0-1 count takes pitch 2. That's low, 1-1. With Ella on second base. Ella Johnson. Cheyenne Johnson on deck. Pitch by Gilbert is in there for a strike. 1-2 to Greta. That pitch had a little bit of steam on it. That was coming in fast and just couldn't get the bat around. And the pitch there swung on and grounded to first base. First baseman taps the bag and forces the out there, while Ella Johnson advances to third base on a fielder's choice. 2 down now for Lake of the Woods. Kendall Bowman up to bat. Kendall Bowman wearing, Cheyenne Johnson up to bat wearing number 10 today. Our center fielder here for Lake of the Woods. First pitch is high for ball 1. And the pitch here by Abby is swung on and missed. 1-1 to Cheyenne Johnson. Two down here in the third inning. And a strike, called strike, 1-2. The count with 2 down. Ella Johnson at third. Pitch by Abby is in there for a strike. That's a strikeout and out number 3 for Lake of the Woods. They leave a runner on third base. They get no runs after 2.5. It is 1-0 Lake of the Woods over Pine River-Backus. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com after these messages.
Today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
And we're back with girls varsity softball here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. We're going to try to get caught up on this scoreboard here a little bit. Let's see here. The sun's so bright I can hardly see the screen out here. I don't know how people do it. Anyway, we'll work on getting the scoreboard updated here for you. It's 1-0. Lake of the Woods is on top of Pine River-Backus here in the going into the bottom of the third inning. Pitching for Lake of the Woods is Greta Block. And up to bat this inning for Pine River-Backus, we have Autumn Burns, Brooklyn Mills, and then Leah Evelyn back at the top of the order. First pitch to Autumn Burns is a ball, 1-0. Greta Block with the delivery. It's up high. 2-0. Autumn Burns is batting .308 on the season. Takes ball 2. Or ball 3, rather. 3-1 the count. Walker ball for Autumn Burns, takes first base on a walk. Bringing up Brooklyn Mills. Brooklyn Mills on the season batting .129. She's played in all 12 games. Has 31 at-bats, 4 hits. Hits a little foul ball down the third base line. 0-1. Greta Block getting some information from the first base coach with the runner at first base. And the windup and the pitch. Bunt shown, but just tips it, and it's a strike. 0-2. To Brooklyn Mills. And Greta with the delivery. A little bit high, but she swung on it and missed. That's a strikeout. 1 down for Pine River-Backus. Brings us to the top of the order with Leah Eveland. She had a flyout in the first inning. Wearing number 3. And the pitch is low, grounded foul down the third baseline. Leah's batting .229 on the season. She's played in 10 games. An 0-1 count with 1 out and a runner on first for Pine River-Backus. And the windup and the pitch is swung on, batted straight back up the middle to the pitcher. She knocked it down with her glove, but can't retrieve it in time, and everybody is safe. Runners now at first and second for Pine River-Backus. First time they've had multiple base runners. Kaylee Johnson, number 14, up to bat. Hits her in the helmet, right off the top of the head. First pitch. Bases are going to be loaded. One away. Autumn Burns at third. Leah Evelyn at second, and Kaylee Johnson at first after a hit batter. And the pitch now to Caitlin Riley. That also hits her in the foot this time. She's going to take her base. That's going to force a run in. That's going to even the score at 1-1. And the bases are going to remain loaded. Autumn Burns scored on that. Leah Evelyn now at third. Kaylee Johnson at second. And Caitlin Riley at first after 2 hit batters in a row. The Lake of the Woods coach is out to chat with the pitcher, try to calm her down maybe a little bit, see if she can find that strike zone again. She had a good couple of first innings, really retired the side pretty much in order. Gave up a couple of base runners, but struggling here in the third inning with hit batters and has the bases currently loaded with 1 out. Due up for Pine River-Backus is Ariana Burns, a third baseman for Pine River-Backus. All right, we're ready to go again with the first pitch, and that is low, ball 1 to Ariana Burns. Still just 1 out here in the third inning. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. And the pitch is high and outside. 2-1 the count. Gretchen Block with the pitch, swung on, missed. 2-2. 2-2 here to Ariana Burns. Again, bases loaded here in the third inning. Pitch by Greta Block is swung on and missed, struck her out for out number 2. That brings up Sawyer Tulinchik. Sawyer Tulinchik has her chance with the bases loaded now. 2 down, and the pitch outside, ball 1. Sawyer reached on a hit last inning. And the pitch by Greta Block is in there for a strike, 1-1. Sawyer batting .306 on the season. Greta Block looking in and winds up, delivers. Pitches in there for a strike, 1-2. Trying to get out of a jam here. I'll limit the damage to the 1 run. And the 1-2 pitch is on its way. Swung on and grounded to the shortstop. Picks it up, throws the second for a force out there. That's all they're going to get. Well, that's all they needed. There were 2 outs. So that keeps the score from getting away here at all from Lake of the Woods, and it goes to 1-1 here in the 3rd inning. They did score 1 run on a force run by a couple of hit batters for Lake of the Woods. So after 3 innings, it is 1-1. Lake of the Woods and Pine River-Backus all knotted up. We'll be back after these messages on yourliveevent.com.
Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Today we have the Lake of the Woods Bears being hosted by the Pine River-Backus Tigers. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's a 1-1 game. Pine River-Backus just scored 1 run in the 3rd inning to tie it up. And up now for Lake of the Woods is Kendall Bowman. First pitch is swung on and hit deep to center field. Center fielder back against the fence. That's off the fence. It's going to bounce back by the center fielder in, and Kendall Bowman is going to be into third base with a triple as the throw goes over the third baseman's head to the fence. She's actually going to advance home and score a run. Triple and advance on an air. 2-1, Lake of the Woods. And that brings up Abby Olson, the catcher for Lake of the Woods. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Bases are empty for Abby as Kendall hit a triple and then scored on a pass ball. Pitch by Abby is down low for a ball. 1-1. Abby Gilbert still pitching for Pine River-Backus with the windup and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Almost on the laptop, but just able to knock it away there at the last second. Counts 1-2. That one ricocheted off the backstop and right over onto my table here. Might have to bring my glove. Wind up by Abby in the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikeout for out number 1. That brings up the third baseman, Emma Broberg, for Lake of the Woods. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. In the dirt, bounces it to the catcher, 1-0. Abby's had 21 walks on the season, 52 strikeouts. Second pitch is swung on for a strike. Counts 1-1. And pitch swung on, strike 2. 1-2. Emma looking for something to hit here. Swing and a miss, struck her out. 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning for Lake of the Woods. 2 down on a couple of strikeouts. Caitlin Scharfenkamp up to bat. The right fielder wearing number 2 for Lake of the Woods. Pitch by Gilbert is up high. Snagged by the catcher. And count is 1-0. Abby getting ready to pitch again here. And the windup. Swung on and missed. 1-1. With 2 outs here in the 4th. Wind up by Abby and the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Six strikeouts today for Abby Gilbert. That actually brings her to 58 on the season. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck out the side. 3 up, 3 down. Nobody on, no hits. No runs. Score remains 2-1. Actually, they did get that first triple, and then she struck out the side. So 1 run, 1 error. Nobody left. 3 strikeouts in a row to end the inning. We'll be back with more girls high school varsity softball on yourliveevent.com after this.
News from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. We're here with Pine River-Backus in the bottom half of the 4th inning against Lake of the Woods. Pine River-Backus, we have Aaliyah Lewis, Abby Gilbert, and Autumn Burns due up to bat. First pitch to Aaliyah is a ball, 1-0. Score is 2-1. Lake of the Woods is on top. And that pitch is grounded to third base over to first in time. Out number 1. His 5-3 putout brings up Abby Gilbert, the pitcher for Pine River-Backus. Abby's digging in and ready for the pitch. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1. And pitch incoming is high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind up. And pitch is high and outside. 3 balls. No strikes to Abby Gilbert. Greta Block still pitching for Lake of the Woods. Wind up and the pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. There was no way she was swinging at that pitch. She had the red light the whole way out, right down the middle. 3-1 and the pitch. High and outside, walked her. Base on balls for Abby Gilbert. brings up Autumn Burns, who walked and scored a run last inning. Wind up by Greta, and the pitch swung on. Strike one. Autumn, wearing number 16, takes pitch 2 for a ball. 1-1. And the pitch swung on, grounded to first base, over her glove, and she's going to reach safely at first base while Abby Gilbert, round second, stands up at third base. No throw. Runners at the corners here with 1 out in the 4th inning for Pine River-Backus. As Brooklyn Mills comes to bat. Autumn Burns reaches on an error. Pitch to Brooklyn is popped up, and fair ball in the right field, just into the grass from the outfield. She's going to be safe at first base. No throw. Abby Gilbert's going to score, bringing the score to 2-2, while Autumn Burns moves to second, and Brooklyn takes first base with a hit. Leah Evelyn is up to bat for Pine River-Backus. First pitch is low, ball 1. Autumn Burns occupies second. Brooklyn Mills at first for Pine River-Backus here with 1 out in the 4th inning. 1-0 count to Leah. Pitches high, 2-0. Wind has calmed down here a little bit at least. And the pitch is high and outside, 3-0. And 4 pitches, 4 balls. Bases are loaded with that walk. Autumn Burns moves over to third. Brooklyn Mills at second now. And Leah Evelyn at first. Kaylee Johnson up to bat. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Pine River-Backus. And the pitch by Greta Block is fouled back, out of play. Landed on top of the Pine River-Backus dugout and bounces back, out of play. Oh, and 2 count to Kaylee Johnson. Greta Block has the new ball and is ready to pitch. And the delivery, pitch is swung on and missed. Out number 2. Brings up Caitlin Riley, our catcher here today for Pine River-Backus, wearing number 10. Walked last inning. Pitch number 1 is in there for a strike, 0-1. Bases are loaded for Pine River-Backus. Threatening to score here in the 4th inning, 2-2 ball game. Pitch is inside, but close enough. That's a strike. 0-2, the count. Brushed her back a little bit, but might have been for show. Umpire called that one a strike. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on and popped up, out of play, down the left field line. Bases are loaded as Caitlin Riley makes her way back to home. And the count remains 0-2. Greta Block Staring down the hitter, winds up and delivers. Swung on, tipped right into the catcher's glove. That's a strikeout, out number 3 for Pine River-Backus. They do score 1 run, and they leave the bases loaded. So after 4 innings, it is 2-2, Lake of the Woods and Pine River-Backus all knotted up here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Leonard. We'll be back after these messages.
Bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Welcome back to Girls High School Varsity Softball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Leonard. We are now in the top of the 5th inning here, and Lake of the Woods is up to bat. Emma Olson is in the batter's box, and she takes ball 1-1-0. Still pitching is Abby Gilbert for Pine River-Backus. And Emma takes strike 1-1 the count now. In the 5th inning to Emma. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the delivery up high. Ball 2, 2-1. Emma struck out in the 1st inning. Here's the windup and the pitch by Abby, and that's a strike 2-2. Abby Gilbert, number 1, with the windup and the pitch down low, 3-2. Full count here to Emma Olson with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. Sophie Block on deck. Windup and the pitch by Abby Gilbert is swung on and missed. That is a strikeout. Abby Gilbert has struck out the last 4 batters she's faced. Sophie Block up to bat. She struck out in the 3rd inning. Left-hander wearing number 6. Wind up by Abby Gilbert and the pitch. Just missed. Ball 1 to Sophie Block. And the windup in the pitch by Abby Gilbert is high, swung on, sort of from the left-hand side. And now Sophie moves over to bat right-handed. Didn't like the swing she had with left, so she's moving over to the right. And the pitch is swung on and hit. That's actually going to fall in between the right fielder and center fielder for a hit. She's rounding first. She's heading into second. The throw is not in time. It actually hit her. She's safe at second base with a double. Wasn't feeling it from the left, so she just hopped on the other side of the plate and gave it a ride with the right-handed bat and reached second base on a double. Nice job there by Sophie. That brings us to the top of the order. Ella Johnson is up to bat here with Sophie on second base. And the pitch is swung on, and that's fouled down the left field line. 0-1 the count. 2-2 here in the top of the fifth with one out. Ella Johnson with an 0-1 count. Abby Gilbert cleaning the ball off a little bit, winds up and delivers. That is in there for a strike. 1-1. 0-2 rather, sorry. That is 2 strikes. And the windup. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Abby Gilbert. That is going to bring up the pitcher, Greta Block. Two outs, runner at second. And the pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Sophie Block over at second base after hitting that beautiful double to right center field. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Swung on, grounded to first base, picked up by the first baseman. Bag is tagged for the third out of the inning. That's going to do it for Lake of the Woods. They do not score a run. They do get one hit on the double by Sophie Block. So after 4.5, the score is Pine River-Backus 2, Lake of the Woods 2. We'll be back with more after these messages on yourliveevent.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on yourliveevent.com. We're here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Pine River-Backus up to bat. Ariana Burns takes ball 1 from Greta Block. Second pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. To Ariana, she has struck out twice today.
I'll see you later.
And the 1-1 pitch is on its way. Swung on and fly ball foul to left field. Count remains 0-2. Or count is 1-2. One and 2 count to Ariana Burns in the fifth inning of a 2-2 game. Wind up and pitch is swung on and fouled out of play behind the fence down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. Ariana has made her way back to the batter's box and digs in for the pitch. Greta Block with the windup and the delivery. Down low, 2-2. That wind has died down quite a bit here. Pretty still. And the pitch swung on, line drive past the shortstop all the way to the fence. She's going to round first base heading into second. She's going to have a stand-up double. Stand-up double there for Ariana Burns on a 2-2 pitch. That brings up Sawyer Tulinchek, shortstop for Pine River. Sawyer grounded into, well, just grounded, 6-3 put out in the third inning, and a single in the second. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 to Sawyer Tulinchek. Ariana Burns at second base. Wind up by Greta Block, and the pitch down low, 2-1. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Sawyer. Swung on and popped up to the shortstop right on the edge of the grass. Comes down with the catch. Holds Ariana Burns at second. 1 down. Aaliyah Lewis now up to bat for Pine River-Backus. She had a ground out to third base in the fourth inning. Swings and fouls it straight back. Watch out, cars. I think she got a car back there, but I don't think it did too much damage. And we're back here ready for pitch number 2. 0-1 count. Swung on, fouled straight back again, this time into the fence that is there to protect the cars and the spectators, of whom we have plenty today for a 2 o'clock game. Nice turnout here for the players. 0-2 count to Aaliyah Lewis. Wind up by Greta Block, and that pitch is hit. Line drive to center field. That's going to score Ariana Burns. She's safe under the throw with a slide. Aaliyah Lewis gets the second base on the throw home. So single, move to second base on that throw home. Throw was not in time. Ariana Burns scores, making it 3-2 Pine River-Backus. Aaliyah Lewis on second base here brings up Abby Gilbert, our pitcher, who walked and scored a run last inning. Wind up, and the pitch is inside, ball 1. Greta Block with the wind up and the pitch. That's up high, 2-0 to Abby Gilbert. One down here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch is swung on, hit right back to the pitcher, who catches it, holds the runner at second. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Autumn Burns up to bat. Autumn Burns wearing number 16 today. She's a left fielder. Reached on the air last inning, stranded at third to end the inning. And the pitch is swung on and hit, lifted to left field and caught on a dive by the left fielder. Beautiful play, puts the batter out and retires the side. Great play by the left fielder there for Lake of the Woods. And that would be Sophie Block. Great catch, Sophie. After 5 innings, it is 3-2. Pine River-Backus over Lake of the Woods. Girls varsity softball here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned, and we'll be back after these messages.
On Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email PRBBoosterClub1 @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Paul Learned here with the action. We're in the 6th inning now with Pine River holding a lead, a one-run lead over Lake of the Woods, 3-2. Due up for Lake of the Woods this inning is the center fielder, Cheyenne Johnson, followed up by the shortstop, Kendall Bowman, then the catcher, Abby Olson, to round it out. Abby Gilbert still pitching for Pine River-Backus. It's all set and ready to go. Winds up and delivers. Swung on, tip right into the catcher's glove. Strike one to Cheyenne Johnson. Abby Gilbert wiping down the ball, making sure he gets all the dust off there, and delivers strike two on a swing and a miss to Cheyenne Johnson. Ten strikeouts so far for Abby Gilbert, and the windup pitches in the dirt, low, ball one, 1-2. Swing and tipped back off the catcher's helmet again. He's taking a couple to the helmet today. 1-2 the count. Cheyenne Johnson looking for a pitch to hit here with a 1-2 count. Up high, 2-2. Cheyenne had a strikeout in the third inning. And the pitch by Abby Gilbert is swung on and popped to short left field. The shortstop can't come up with it. She drops the ball, throws it into second to try to get Cheyenne taking an extra base, but that ball was missed as well. Cheyenne's in there on second safely. No one out here in the 6th inning. Kendall Bowman up to bat now with Cheyenne Johnson at second base. Kendall Bowman swings at the first pitch and misses. Strike one. And the pitch is swung on and ground ball just between the third base bag and the third baseman. Gets all the way to left field. She's going to reach with a double, and that is going to score Cheyenne Johnson from second base. That evens the score at 3 apiece after a beautiful double there by Kendall Bowman, bringing Abby Olson to the plate. Abby Olson's catcher for Lake of the Woods, wearing number 1. She struck out in the 1st and the 4th innings. Pitch by Abby Gilbert is low, ball 1. And the pitch by Abby to Abby is swung on, line drive to right center field. That's going to go all the way to the fence. That's going to bring around Kendall Bowman to score. Abby's going to be in with a stand-up double. Some good hitting here by Lake of the Woods in the 6th inning. Scoring 2 runs so far. And Abby Olson at second base. Emma Broberg up to bat. And first pitch is swung on, tip to the catcher's glove. That's a strike. Abby Olson to third base with the steal. A little bit of discussion here on whether she's safe. It looks like she's safe. Stolen base for Abby Olson. Emma Broberg, meanwhile, took strike 1, 0-1 count. And that pitch is high. Ball 1, 1-1. Abby Olson at third base. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Abby Gilbert with the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to second base. Tosses on over to first for the out. Holds the runner at third. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Abby had the green light, but she held up, so she remains at third base. Caitlin Schorfenkamp up to bat. And first pitch is low for ball 1. Couple strikeouts today for Caitlin. Pitch number 2 is in the dirt, but she lifted it out of there, and it actually lands there out in center right field. Abby Olson scores from third base. That's going to be a hit for Caitlin Schorfenkamp. Didn't mean to butcher that last name there. But, yeah, that was a low pitch. She dug that out of the ground, though, and popped it out to right center field, and it landed for a hit. Caitlin's at first. Emma Olson up to bat with a 1-0 count. And pitch number 2 is also in the dirt, and that's going to advance Caitlin Schorfenkamp to second base on the passed ball. Two and 0 count to Emma Olson. And Abby Gilbert's going to get a visit from head coach Ben Kinzer. Discuss strategy here going forward after she's given up a couple of hits here. Bringing the towel out for Abby Gilbert, giving her some water, get her hydrated, maybe cool down a little bit. The sun's a little bit warm today. Temperature's not so bad. It's about mid-70s. Winds picked back up a little bit. And they are going to disperse and leave Abby Gilbert on the mound. Currently pitching to Emma Olson with a 2-0 count. Again, Caitlin Schorfenkamp at second base after reaching on a hit. Emma Olson with a 2-0 count. Abby Gilbert getting ready for the delivery. And the wind up and the pitch. It's high, ball 3. 3-0 the count now to Emma. Sophie Block on deck. And the pitch by Abby is high. Walked her. That's going to put Emma at first, Caitlin Schorfenkamp at second, and Sophie Block in the batter's box. Sophie Block playing left field today. Had a nice double last inning and a strikeout in the third. First pitch is swung on, grounded to second base, past the second baseman, over the glove, and she's going to be safe at first base. And Caitlin Scharfenkamp is going to score on that play, making the score 5-3. 6-3 rather. So Sophie Block safe at first base. Emma Olson at second base. That brings us to the top of the order. Hold on here, folks. Possible interference play. Let's see what the umpires and the coach have to say. As it stands, it's currently 5-3 Lake of the Woods over Pine River-Backus with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Discussion is ongoing. Tough to hear, especially with the wind. Coach is just wanting to have a chat with the umpires, making sure they're all on the same page and everybody knows what's going on here. So Caitlin actually is going to go back to third base. So take that run off the board. 5-3 Lake of the Woods with Caitlin Scharfenkamp held up at third base. Emma Olson was tagged out. For the second out. Sophie Block is at first base, and actually Caitlin Scharfenkamp is back at second base. So a little bit of extra base running that they had to send back on that last play. And the first pitch to Ella Johnson is a strike, 0-1. Okay, so wish my eraser worked better on my pencil, but and that pitch is swung on just a dribbler back to the pitcher. He's going to pick it up, toss to first base for the final out of the inning. So Caitlin Scharfenkamp does not end up scoring. She is held up at second. They do get 2 runs, though. Actually, they get 3 runs this inning, and they leave a couple on. So after 5.5, it is Lake of the Woods 5, Pine River-Backus 3 on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Paul Leonard. We'll be back after these messages.
News from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your
And we're back with girls varsity softball on YourLiveEvent.com. Pine River-Backus is hosting Lake of the Woods today in a conference matchup. Score is Lake of the Woods 5, Pine River-Backus 3 in the 6th inning. Due up here for Pine River-Backus is the bottom of the order, number 9 batter, Brooklyn Mills, followed by Leah Evelyn and Kaylee Johnson. Hey, Devin, look who just showed up. Hey, that's perfect. Now we can get the score updated here. How do I don't know which one I'm supposed All right. Well, little delay in the start of the bottom half of the sixth inning here. I think we got everything under control. Up to bat for Pine River-Backus is Brooklyn Mills, our right fielder today. And the windup by Greta Block, and the pitch is high, 1-0 to start out the sixth inning for Pine River-Backus. Greta reached on a single in the fourth inning. Swings at that pitch, misses everything, 1-1. Thank you, Devin. Now you guys can see the score clearly on the screen. As that pitch is hit on the ground past the third baseman, she's going to reach first base on a hit there. Nice little single by the leadoff batter for Pine River-Backus in the sixth inning as Brooklyn Mills reaches first base. That brings up our center fielder, Leah Evelyn, reached on a walk in the fourth inning. Brooklyn Mills at first. First pitch is swung on, line drive right to the second baseman, caught and tossed back over to first base. Not in time for that, but nice put out there on the catch by the second baseman, retiring Leah Eveland on one pitch. Nice put out there by Emma Olsen at second base. First pitch to number 14, Kaylee Johnson, is a ball, 1-0. Kaylee Johnson struck out in the fourth inning, reached on a walk in the first and third innings. Second pitch there's in there for a strike, 1-1. Kaylee Johnson ready for the pitch, and that is low and inside, 2-1. One down here in the sixth inning for Pine River-Backus. Greta Block with the windup and the pitch. Just high. 3-1 now is the count to Kaylee Johnson. Greta Block with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and hit. That is a hit to left field, advancing Brooklyn Mills to second. And Kaylee takes first base with a nice single. Still just one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning for Pine River-Backus. And Caitlin Riley up to bat. Caitlin Riley struck out in the fourth inning, their last at bat, and had a walk in the third. First pitch there is a strike, 0-1. Popped out to the first baseman in the first inning. Pitch number 2, swung on, line drive to left center field, rather all the way back to the fence. That's going to score at least, 2 runs. Nope, they're going to hold up number 14 there, Kaylee Johnson at third base. That scores. Brooklyn Mills comes around for the fourth run of the game for Pine River-Backus. Kaylee Johnson advances to third base. Caitlin Riley at second with a double. That brings up Ariana Burns, number 2 for Pine River-Backus. And the first pitch is rocketed just past the head coach, who's managing third base right now. Had to duck out of the way of that one a little bit. Gets a little laugh out of it. And Ariana Burns is back in the box with an 0-1 count. And the windup and the pitch is swung on and lifted to left field. Left fielder is under it, comes down with the catch. Kaylee Johnson's tagging at third. She's going to score. That brings the score even, 5-5, as Caitlin Riley holds at second base. Nice sacrifice by Ariana Burns. That's going to bring up Sawyer Tulenchik, number 5. And that is 2 down. First pitch there is the ball, 1-0. To Sawyer Tulenchik. With a runner at second. Wind up by Greta Block, and the pitch is high. Ball 2. Greta Block checks the catcher, winds up, delivers. Pitch is high and outside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count to Sawyer Tulenchik. With Caitlin Riley at second. Greta with the windup and the pitch. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. Taking all the way on that one. Should have the green light now. Should she get a pitch she likes? Wind up and the delivery swung on and hit past the shortstop all the way to the outfield. She's going to reach second base. Caitlin Riley's going to score from second easily on that. And that gives Pine River-Backus a 6-5 lead here in the 6th inning. And Aaliyah Lewis coming up to bat. First pitch is high, ball 1. 1-0 with Sawyer Tulenchik on second base. Timeout called. Retrieving a ball. Should be ready here. Greta Block, ready to pitch. And the windup. And the delivery is up high. Ball 2 to Aaliyah Lewis. Aaliyah Lewis playing first base. Wind up by Greta, and the pitch is swung on and hit deep to right field. That is all the way off the fence. She's going to round first. She's heading into second. She's going to go back to first as that throw into the plate was cut off. But not before Sawyer Tulenchik scores for Pine River-Backus, bringing the score to 7-5 on a RBI single by Aaliyah Lewis. And that's going to bring the coach for Lake of the Woods out for a visit. Going to have a little talk with Greta Block, see about strategy for the last out here of the 6th inning. The entire infield in on this conversation, as are, well, the umpires are just kind of eavesdropping just outside of the conversation. And the coach heads back to the dugout. Players head back to their respective positions. And we're going to be ready to go here in just another moment. We have the pitcher, Abby Gilbert, coming up to bat, who had a sacrifice last at bat, scoring Ariana Burns. 2 down. Runner at first for Pine River-Backus, Abby Gilbert up to bat. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Greta Block, number 8, getting ready to deliver. Winds up, pitches high, ball 1. 1-1 to Abby Gilbert. Abby Gilbert looking to maybe get an insurance run here. The pitch is popped up back to the pitcher, and she makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning, retiring Pine River-Backus, but not before scoring a few runs here to take the lead 7-5 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Leonard. We'll be back with more game action after these messages.
each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Welcome back to girls high school varsity softball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Leonard. Lake of the Woods up to bat here in the top of the 7th inning, facing Pine River-Backus, down by a score of 7-5, looking to score a couple of runs here, stay alive. And we're ready for the first pitch by Abby Gilbert. Wind up and the delivery is in there for a strike. 0-1 to the pitcher, Greta Block. Wind up and the delivery. Swung on and missed. 0-2. And that pitch is swung on for strike 3. Swung on a miss for strike 3. First out here in the top of the 7th inning. That brings up Cheyenne Johnson, number 10 for Lake of the Woods. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. And that is just low, 1-0. Cheyenne had a single last inning and scored a run. Struck out in the 3rd. And the windup and pitch by Abby is swung on and fouled back. The catcher has a play on it, comes down with catch. 1 down. 2 down, rather, here in the top of the 7th inning. Lake of the Woods down to their final out. Kendall Bowman up to bat. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Base is empty here. 2 out. 0-1 count to Kendall Bowman. And the pitch is swung on. Pop up to the shortstop, who comes down with the play, and that ends the inning for Pine River-Backus. That also ends the game in with a 7-5 final score. Pine River-Backus over Lake of the Woods. Nice piece of pitching there by Abby Getz to retire the side 1-2-3 and end this game. They do have a doubleheader, so they're going to get ready right away for a second game. We'll be back with some stats on this game after these messages.
Happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
All right. I am Paul Leonard. We're back on yourliveevent.com. We have Devin Kruger getting ready to take over to call the second game today. Pine River-Backus is also hosting Rowerville, I do believe. We'll get confirmation on that. But they did take care of business in the first game of their doubleheader today, facing Lake of the Woods Bears. They handled Lake of the Woods 7-5. Game was pretty close. In fact, Lake of the Woods held a lead most of the game until the sixth inning when when Pine River-Backus ended up scoring some runs here to take a late lead and then never surrendered it. So the pitcher for Pine River-Backus, number 1, Abby Gilbert, with a great game today. I count 11 strikeouts. We'll have to double check that, but yeah, great game by her today to finish off Lake of the Woods, who now have a long 3-hour drive back home after dropping their conference record to 4-2 and 4-5 overall. Pine River-Backus jumps up to 2-1 in the conference and 6-7 overall. We're going to go to break here. I'm going to come back. We're going to try to get one of these players here to join us for a post-game interview. We'll be back after this.
Stock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, at gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community.
Welcome back to Your Live Event. Pine River-Backus today downed Lake of the Woods 7-5 with a masterful pitching performance by Abby Gilbert. Abby, how big was this win today?
It was pretty big. It was a conference game, so we needed to win this game, and yeah, we just, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. What did the coaches focus on with you going into this game today?
Focused, basically told me that I need to have a good mentality and I need to stay focused, and I basically need to strike people out because that's my main job. And I just need to trust my teammates, and yeah, basically we just need to all come together.
Excellent. Great job pitching today. What's your, well, it looks like I counted 11 strikeouts, but that's unofficial.
Yeah, I just looked. It was 12, but.
12, beautiful. Yeah, there you go.
Not trying to count my fingers or anything, but.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, great job today. We might end up having a T-shirt here for you later on. I don't want to keep you too long here. Let you get over and celebrate this one. I know you got another game here to get ready for. Good luck and good job today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, that was Abby Gilbert, starting pitcher for Pine River-Backus. Coach, you want to step in here for a minute? All right, great job today, Coach. Good win. How would you wrap up today's performance?
Well, that's one thing we've been trying to instill in the girls is never give up, and make adjustments through the game. And I told the girls in our post game that, we made some great adjustments at the plate. The first time through the order was a little rough, and then we started to kind of time her up and get some hits on it, and made some fielding errors, but we were able to overcome them and get some runs across when it counted.
You mentioned started out kind of slow today. Was there a turning point? Was there a play that maybe signified the turning point in this game, or what was it for you that?
Honestly, I think it might have been that interference call.
Yeah.
That was really a momentum changer,
Sure.
And it was a borderline call, but I had to do something to kind of
absolutely. Yeah, that saved
going,
it.
and that kind of got a little fire going. And
yeah, for sure. They didn't really do much after that. So you have another game here coming up. Did you work on anything specifically for this next game with this opponent?
No,
or kind of the same
a lot of
approach?
what we work on is just trying to make sure that we're doing what we need to do, play our game, and whoever steps on the field with us. I don't think there's too many teams that we can't at least compete with. It doesn't mean we're going to beat everybody, but we'll go out there and give it our best. And I mean, we got a pretty solid hitting lineup when we all hit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like we did towards the end of the game here. So
without a doubt. So besides the masterful pitching job here by Abby Gilbert, any other players that impressed you today specifically?
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with Leah Lewis. She's been really struggling a little bit at the plate. She's gotten some hits, but she's just been kind of, her timing's been off. And today she squared a couple off, and I kind of chuckled at that last one. I said it's the longest single in Pine River history. But she's got a bum ankle, so she's not really pushing the base running too much. So, but yeah, I thought she played really well. Made a really nice defensive play where she smothered that ball at first, and she's really getting some confidence after having never ever played first base before this year.
Oh, so excellent! Yeah, great job over there. Thank you, Coach. I don't want to keep you. I know you also have another game you need to prepare for. Good job today, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You bet. Bye now. All right, we have time for a few more messages, and we'll get Devin Kruger over here to maybe chat a little bit about the upcoming game. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lake.
Welcome back. I'm Paul Leonard on YourLiveEvent.com. You just heard interviews by the head coach of the Pine River-Backus Tigers softball team, Ben Kinzer, and starting pitcher, Abby Gilbert. Abby Gilbert was our big deal player of the game. Big deal is brought to you by Atwater Chevrolet GMC in Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare, Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products, Brainerd, Van Hansen's Meat Market, Baxter, Dondelinger Automotive in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, Lillenquist Sewer and Excavating in Aiken. Also, today's energy player of the game is going to be Leah Lewis. Leah Lewis is her full name, called Leah by Coach. And she had a great game today. Let's look at her stats here. She reached a couple of times and really brought a lot of energy and ignited some passion in her teammates and really led them to this victory along with starting pitcher Abby Gilbert. Up next, we will have Devin Kruger, who will be bringing you the play-by-play for the second game of the doubleheader here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, Quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, at gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
More